WHAS 1119. A teenager was rushed to the hospital for a gunshot wound to the stomach following thunder over Louisville.
I view it as a place that I don't really like to go to it very much.
The mayor calling it a targeted attack, and Louisville residents now fearful to go downtown. Also following the spectacle, dozens of volunteers coming together to clean up the waterfront after thousands flocked the riverfront.
We've been doing it for over 20 years now.
And later, new state data pinpointing the problem areas that have thieves leaving highway interchanges in the dark.
There's two subjects in the parking lot trying to steal the copper.
Our focus team investigates. The WHAS 11 night team starts right now. A shooting following one of Louisville's greatest spectacles has people once again questioning safety downtown. Thanks so much for joining us here at 11. I'm Alex Dieterer. The shooting happened just as thousands were leaving thunder over Louisville last night. WHAS 11 night teams Connor Steffen and photojournalist Aspen Hester revisited the scene to gauge public sentiments towards downtown.
As fighter jets grounded and fireworks faded Saturday, gunshots rang out.
That is a very unfortunate to end what was an otherwise amazing day for so many people from across our entire city.
Louisville Metro Police say it happened around 10:15 underneath the I-65 corridor on River Road. As thousands headed for the exit, someone shot a young man in the stomach. LMPD and Metro Emergency Service crews swiftly responded, taking the minor to U of L Hospital.
I view it as a place that I don't really like to go to it very much. I just feel like it's a little dangerous. There's a lot of crimes that happen often.
I'm not surprised. It's sad and it's scary, but I think it was precedented. I mean, after events like that, that's what you hear nowadays, I feel like. So we tried to stay away.
In the wake of a tragedy, reinvigorated conversations about the safety of the heart of Louisville's downtown.
I feel safe anytime I'm downtown. I do tailor like maybe what hours I'm downtown and where I am downtown. But I never come out of a place of business looking over my shoulder thinking someone's coming for me.
Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg says investigators determined it was a targeted shooting.
The juvenile heard his name called before he was shot, and so we have good reason to believe that it was a targeted shooting.
The young person shot just feet from where we're standing is expected to be okay, and LMPD's non-fatal shooting squad is now searching for suspects.
So my first message is help us solve this crime and bring those accountable to justice. My other message is yesterday was a wonderful day. We had massive crowds return to downtown Louisville, families across our entire city.
Though not everyone feels the same.
When we do frequent downtown, I do feel very nervous. There's typically a lot of crowds. It's a pretty busy place, especially with thunder. It was a little intimidating. We try to stay away.
I don't go very often. There's definitely a lot of crimes and just things that I kind of try and stay away from.
Others like Joe Weller say the conversation around safety has less to do with actual danger.
I also think it's a socioeconomic thing, perhaps. People may be born into a particular situation which is perpetuated by their circumstances.
In Louisville, Connor Steffen, the WHAS 1119 on your side.
As LMPD looks for suspects, it's asking the public for any help. If you or anyone you know has information useful to police's investigation, you're asked to call the anonymous tip line using the number right here on your screen. That's 574-LMPD. You can also use the online portal. This week marked 1 year since a mass shooting in the crowded Chickasaw Park. 2 people were killed and 4 others were injured. Just like the shooting last night, police say hundreds of people were gathered in the park a year ago when shots rang out. Yet, still no answers into what happened that night. LMPD still needs witnesses to come forward with information.
Our investigators did not forget families and faces those who were shot and killed. They are working tirelessly to build cases. But if no one will say they know or they see anything, then how are we able to bring justice to the families? Louisville, we got to do better.
Despite the tragedy, Chickasaw Park remains one of the cornerstones of Louisville's West End, still expanding as a place where families can come together. While the jury seated and sworn in, the first ever criminal trial of a former president gets underway with opening statements set to begin tomorrow morning. The presumptive Republican nominee unable to be out on the campaign trail as he sits in a Manhattan courthouse, but he is trying to use the trial for political advantage. Here's ABC's Allison Kosick with the details.
Donald Trump about to become the first former president to face a criminal trial. He's charged with illegally falsifying business records to cover up hush money payments to porn star Stormy Daniels to keep allegations of an affair out of the tabloids ahead of the 2016 election. Trump has denied having an affair with Daniels. The jury of 7 men and 5 women, along with 6 alternates, were chosen from a pool of 200 New Yorkers. Those jurors now sworn in, ready for opening statements, which are scheduled to begin on Monday. Prosecutors have not said publicly who their first witnesses will be, arguing they could face attacks from Trump on social media. The judge agreed, and prosecutors were not forced to reveal who they will be calling on to testify. Among the possible witnesses, former National Enquirer publisher David Pecker, who prosecutors say agreed to be the eyes and ears of Trump's 2016 campaign by identifying damaging stories about Trump and keeping them out of print. Trump's former lawyer, Michael Cohen, could also be called as a witness, as well as Stormy Daniels. The former president is using this prosecution as a political rallying cry.
This is a giant witch hunt to try and hurt a campaign that's beating the worst president in history.
While President Biden is out on the campaign trail making his case to voters, Donald Trump, in an email to his supporters, complaining that he's trapped in court.
He can come out and say, sure, that this is all a witch hunt, and that might rev up his base, but is that really appealing to the independent voters, the Republicans who are not sold on the former president, that he needs to win over in order to clinch the White House?
Allison Kosick, ABC News, New York.
A massive foreign aid package is now in the hands of the Senate after GOP House Speaker Mike Johnson received help from Democrats to pass the bills in the House yesterday afternoon. These bills look to send billions in aid to Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan. Another bill passed looks to force the sale of TikTok and impose strong sanctions against Iran, China, and Russia. Despite the bipartisan support for all 4 bills, a growing number of Republicans are now calling for Johnson's job, including Kentucky Representative Thomas Massey.
We want him to resign and to announce his resignation so that we don't go speakerless for a period of time. The honorable way for him to leave right now is to announce his resignation ahead of time and give us time to replace him. We prefer not to go into that loop like we had last fall.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said that the Senate will take up the bills on Tuesday afternoon. Today's beautiful weather brought together golfers from all over southern Indiana for a great cause. This afternoon, the 8th annual Ted Throckmorton Crusade for Children golf tournament was held at Elk Run Golf Club in Jeffersonville. 15 teams paid to golf, all to benefit children with special needs. There was even a silent auction of items like Cincinnati Red swag and rare bourbon. Every dollar raised from the event goes to the Crusade. The tournament is held in honor of Ted Throckmorton's 62 years of love and fundraising for the WHAS Crusade for Children. Over the last 7 years, over $135,000 have been raised by the tournament. Organizers believe several thousand more will go to that total after today. You can also help change a child's life at any time. There are several ways to give, and 100% of your money goes directly to helping a child with special needs. You can donate at WHAScrusade.org, or with your smartphone, you can scan the QR code right here on your screen. You can also use Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, or Apple Pay. Well, the day after Thunder over Louisville isn't quite as extravagant and spectacular as the actual event, but it's pretty close when you take a look at all of the people coming together to clean up after the nation's largest air and fireworks show. Breakdown and cleanup from Thunder started last night just as the dust from the fireworks was settling. Around 60 to 100 volunteers showed up to help clean up the waterfront after the event. Agencies and nonprofits enlisted to help by the Kentucky Derby Festival, and that includes Louisville-based Jim Reynolds Asphalt.
It makes me happy, makes me feel like I'm a part of something big and for the community. You know, Thunder over Louisville and the Derby is something that's really special and great. So to be able to participate in this is, you know, we take honor in it. We enjoy it.
Hogan says the goal is to have everything cleaned up by tomorrow morning so people are once again able to enjoy the waterfront and parking garages. Over in Shively, the party continued today with the After Thunder Getaway. People were able to enjoy live music, food, and games. Organizers say it was a way to continue to bring the community together during Derby Festival.
It's fellowship, family. Might be some people that haven't seen in a while. Good entertainment. Everyone is looking for live music, and live music itself is healing for the soul. And because recorded music is just a thing of the past now, so live band and live music makes you feel good.
Derby Festival continues all the way through the Kentucky Derby. You can see a full list of events by heading to our website, WHAS11.com.